with that, we'll kick off with our introductions. My name is Edith Rojas, and I'm the student body president.
My name is Pam Masters. I'm the executive vice president.
Hi everyone, my name is Bailey Kinker, and I'm the vice president for clubs and organizations.
Hello everyone. My name is Claire Ann Greppo. I'm the vice president for academic affairs.
What's going on, Wildcats? My name is Maurice Watkins III, pronouns he, who, his are my name, and I'm the Vice President for Equity and Community Affairs.
Hi, I am Jocelyn Lapini, the VP for Student Life and Facilities.
Happy Monday, Wildcats. I'm Leah Mobley, your Vice President for Legislative Affairs.
Awesome. Before we kick off this meeting, we need to adopt the previous minutes from November 19th. So all the VPs have a copy of the previous minutes. And if there are any changes that need to be made, please state them. With that, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the previous minutes from November 19th.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Well, the previous minutes have been approved. And with that, now on to the approval of today's agenda for November 26th. Do we have any additions or corrections to add?
Can I add under new business 10.2, vote on the secretary position?
Any more additions or corrections? With that, I'd like to also entertain a motion to approve today's agenda for November 26th.
So moved.
Seconds.
Any discussions? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? 600. Today's agenda has been approved. And with that, we'll kick off with our officer reports. And Kane, our executive vice president, will start us off.
Alrighty. Good. Happy Monday of our last full week of classes, Wildcats. So get through your studies this week. It's the last week for our last SNA meeting is this Wednesday at 5:30 in the Circ 301. So stop by if you all want to see what funding requests we're going over. This week we'll be hearing new funding requests as well as voting on those same ones this same week, because we don't usually do that. We usually push it off to the next week for voting, but we have to pull it back because no one's going to wait over winter break to vote on things. Committee of the week is the Elections Commission. We still need about 4 students to help Brandon Ware-Grimm, who is our Elections Commissioner, plan the elections for the upcoming year. So if you have any questions about that, come find me or Brandon. He works upstairs in the Student Involvement Office. Ware Fair is the annual Arts and Crafts Festival that's held here in the Circ on the first floor. It starts on November 30th at 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Thursday and Friday, and then 10:30 to 3 on Saturday. And I think that's all I have, so I yield my time.
Thank you, Kane. And now to our Vice President of Clubs and Organizations, Bailey Kinker.
Hi everyone, happy Monday. So it's almost finals week and we're almost getting there, so that's exciting. But this week is also our last Club Senate of the quarter. So this Wednesday at 7 p.m. in the Circ Theater is our last Club Senate of the quarter. And then we'll be kicking off next quarter. So that's exciting. We are looking at planning our club fair for winter quarter. Our events coordinator has been working really hard on that. So more information will come about that. And another exciting thing is that there will be dogs in the library on Monday for Dead Day. And we are stalling because our lovely Leah, what's Alex's title? This is Alex, everyone. He was getting a date for me. So our first Club Senate meeting is going to be on January 9th. I didn't want to tell you the wrong date, But January 9th at 7 p.m. in the Cirque Theater, we're going to have our first Club Senate meeting for winter quarter, and we're going to be looking at adopting our Constitution changes, so that's exciting. And yeah, I yield my time. Have a good tour. Go Wildcats! That is all.
Thank you, Bailey. And now to our Vice President of Academic Affairs, Claire Ann Greppo.
Dobry den, that is good afternoon in Russian, in Udachi, which means good luck for finals. So some pretty cool things that are going on. I am launching a Student Academic Senate campaign to promote the student academic senators. We're going to be taking pictures of each senator and working really close with publicity. So I'm super, super excited with that. So look out for your student academic senators. And there's also still positions available. Contact me if you have any questions or if you'd like to be a part of this movement. It's a really big thing that's going on. We are now up to 27 senators. So I think we started out with like around 10 this year, and now we're at 27. So it's only upwards from here. And our last SAS meeting will be tomorrow, and that is the last opportunity for funding requests for this quarter. And then the next one for next quarter will be January 8th. And yeah, and there's also going to be an Ocean 8 movie for Monday Movie Madness today in the Cirque Theater. So make sure to check that out. And with that, I yield my time.
Thank you, Claire. And now to our Vice President of Equity and Community Affairs, Maurice Watkins.
Good afternoon, Wildcats. I hope you all had yourselves a wonderful Thanksgiving break. So the Equity and Service Council will actually be hosting a holiday event which takes place today. So the event will take place in Black Hall 101, which is the new Diversity and Equity Center location. From 5 to 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. And basically, it's just an opportunity to community build and to get a better understanding as to who the organizations aim to serve and their missions and things like that. So if you're interested in mingling with these organizations, or you just would like to gain a better understanding as to what the Equity and Service Council is comprised of, I think this is a great opportunity. It is completely open to everyone. There will be free food, games, all that kinds of good stuff. So it's a really great time. So I encourage you all to come out and join us. Next, the Constitution and Bylaw Committee that I have established will be meeting tomorrow, 3 o'clock p.m. in Cirque 301. We will be looking at the Equity and Service Council Constitution and Bylaws to revise it in a way that is better accommodating for the Equity and Service Council organizations. So this is a really important opportunity. So for those of you who are part of the committee, I will see you all tomorrow. The ESC meetings for next quarter have yet to be determined. So as of now, I will leave them at the same time until a further notice has been given. So Wednesday at 3 o'clock p.m., Cirque 301 is going to be the time and location for the Equity and Service Council meetings for next quarter. So, in addition to that, the next Equity and Service Council meeting will be held this Wednesday, so November 28th, 2018, at 3 o'clock p.m. in Cirque 301. And then, lastly, there is a special holiday dinner that is to be held. This holiday dinner will be held Thursday, so this Thursday, November 29th, 2018, from 4:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. This special holiday dinner is going to be in the Holmes Dining Room. So if you're familiar with Holmes Diner, that's where this special holiday dinner will take place. There will be special holiday mugs for attendees, although there is a limited number, so I would encourage you all to show up early if you can. There will indeed be discounts for people who have connection cards and things of that sort, so it will indeed be cheaper for the students. So it will be $12 including tax before the discount for students with meal plans, and then for the general public, it will be $18 including tax. Some things that are on the menu include prime rib, They have rice pilaf. They have salmon fillet with pesto. They have assorted salads, etc. There's some wonderful desserts, and I don't want to ramble on about that too much, but it sounds like a great meal. So I would encourage you all to check it out. This is something that they do every holiday season, and I personally attended last year, and it was great. I actually got my mug, and they hand out a lot. So if you would like to get a free mug, please show up early. And with that, I would like to yield my time.
Thank you, Maurice. And now on to our Vice President of Student Life and Facilities, Jocelyn Matheny.
Happy Monday, everyone. Today, like every Monday, is Medallion Monday, and I just want to remind you that this is the very fun medal that you can earn by finishing your Traditions Keepers. So there's a lot of cool Wildcat traditions, and you can check them out on the app. Also, we've got a couple events coming up this week. On Thursday, we've got a women's basketball game at 7 p.m. and the Cat Pack, which is a student club, would like you to join them as they pack the path. And on Saturday, here in the Student Union Recreation Center, we will be having Holiday Extravaganza, which is a really cool event hosted by the CLCE, where they're going to have a bunch of activities, arts and crafts, candy, fun things for kids and families to do, and you can get your picture with Santa Claus. So that's this Saturday, December 1st, in this building from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Somewhere in that range. Show up. You'll see it. You won't miss it. And then the last thing I have is I just wanted to give a shout out to the students working in the Holmes Dining Room Dish Room, because they were listening to some awesome holiday music while they were working, and it seemed really fun. And thank you to all of our student employees who work over our holiday breaks. And with that, I yield my time.
Thank you, Jocelyn. And now to our Vice President of Legislative Affairs, Leah Mobley.
Hey, y'all. Just have a couple things for you. So last week, or not last week, last week, I had mentioned that we'd set Lobby Day for January 28th, but I just found out that Cougs at the Capitol Day is also that day, so we can thank WSU for that. Boo. So we'll be rescheduling that to better accommodate to the legislature's schedule. And I think that was it. Yeah. With that, I yield my time.
Thank you, Leah. And now for my report. So if you don't follow ASCWU on social media, you should. And this week's giveaway is this really awesome water bottle from our very own Wildcat shop. So if you want it for free, make sure you follow us on our Instagram at ASCWU_SG if you want to win that. So that's this week. Tune in and good luck. And with that, so on January 8th from 11 to noon, President Gaudino and myself, your ASCWU president, will be hanging out here in the Cirque Pit, and we're calling it Coffee with the President. So this is your chance to come hang out, grab some coffee, grab some treats, come ask any questions that your heart desires, and not to mention, knock off a tradition keeper, which is just taking a photo with myself and President Gaudino. It'll be really fun, super laid back, not a huge hardcore agenda on it, just a way for you to come and hang out. So I'm really excited about that, and you'll hear more about it as we come back from winter break, right? Yeah, that thing. And with that, I'll yield my time, and we'll jump right into our committee reports and our very own RHA with President Martin.
Hello, everybody. I am here representing RHA, Martin, the president again. So update, our Thanksgiving program last Tuesday went well. We had between 40 and 50 people show up, so that was an awesome turnout. We're already planning events for next quarter, so we have funding requests for those that are going to be heard tomorrow and then potentially on our Wednesday meeting as well. And so look forward to hearing about those when we get back from break. So good luck on finals, everybody, and have a wonderful and safe winter vacation. With that, I yield my time.
Thank you, Martin. And now we'll go into our club recognition.
Hi, everyone. Is anyone here to get recognized as a club? Woohoo! Yes. Come on up. Just come on up to the microphone and let us know what your club name is, what your name is, and what your club's about.
Hi, my name is Amber Richardson, and I am a pilot major, and I'm here to get recognition for women in aviation. It's an international organization. It's not just for women. Men and women can become members. Whew, I'm nervous. But I've turned in everything except for the letter of intent from the advisor, but he has signed our form that we turned into accounting. So do I need to say anything else? Okay, thank you.
Is anyone else here to get recognized as a club? Going once, going twice. I would like to move to approve women in aviation with the stipulations that they get the rest of their paperwork in.
Second. Any discussions? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations, your club has been recognized with the stipulation that your paperwork is good. So, woohoo! Yeah, go clubs. And moving on, we'll jump into our committee appointments.
So I just have one today, our fabulous Mikhail here. And Mikhail's going to have to remind me of what committee he applied to because I forgot to bring it up with me. That's what I thought it was. So Mikhail applied for the Housing and Dining Advisory Board under Jocelyn. So I would move to approve that he be appointed to that committee.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? 600. You've been appointed in the committee. Congrats. So with that, we'll jump right into our new business, 10.1, with our ASCWU elections for this year. So we'll kick off with our election chair, Brandon Waregram. So, woohoo.
Okay, so I'm trying to get approved as the 2018-2019 elections candidate packet. It's kind of our rule book and bylaws of what everyone kind of has to follow if they wish to become next year's officers. To kind of walk through it, every officer position will be open next year. So kind of the beginning of it shows that I'm like the elections chairman, as well as kind of the administration staff, which is Jeff Rosenberry, who's the executive director of student involvement, and Paula Moffitt, who will be the secretary supervisor. Do I just go through page by page of this? Oh, just sum it up. All right. So it just works through it, and some of the bigger changes that I implemented this year was the spending cap. Instead of it being $500, it's $300 to make it more fair for everyone, because not every college student has just $500 they can spend and then get reimbursed later. So we dropped it to $300. The primary is a $100 spending cap, and the general will be $200 spending cap, as well as I drafted and implemented new bylaws for the elections committee, as kind of leaving it so it can be minimum of 3 members, but it can be filled to the maximum of 10 members. And with that said, I only have 3 members right now. So if anyone's interested in being part of the elections committee, go on to the website under our executive VP, under committees, and there should be the elections commission, and you can apply for that. What else? Oh, and then we also have a new kind of elections calendar, which is probably like the most important thing. We shifted up so the packet and registration opens December 3rd, which is next week, the beginning of finals week on that Monday. However, you have all of December, January, and most of February to fill out the packet. And if you have any questions, you can email me or come to the student involvement office and we can answer any of your questions. So you have a ton of time to fill out this packet and get your 100 signatures from your fellow students. And then with that, that also pushed up kind of the election schedule about a month and a half. So around, my bad, hold on. So kind of by the end of April, we're going to have the elections finished. So through March and April, that's kind of our main campaigning. Kind of the general elections will be finished April 25th, which is about a month and a half, like a month earlier than when it finished last year. So that gives you 4 extra weeks to train with kind of the officer that you will be replacing, which is huge because kind of like throughout the years, it usually takes like, I don't know how long, 3 months to kind of like figure out how it works. So with this kind of like cuts it down and lets you guys be more efficient with your time. And I would say those are kind of like the biggest changes that I've implemented in this year's packet.
Do we have any questions from the board on this election packet as well as the schedule?
So I know, and I don't know about you all at least, I had a lot of confusion last year with the ban on the use of Washington State material in the, like, being able to print your posters from your tech fee, which it says in here that the students who have paid the technology fee may use a ASCWU computer lab to create campaign materials, but the lab printers should only be used to create an original document for reproduction. So does that absolutely mean that you are not allowed to, you're only allowed to use on campus like computers and printing for the purpose of creating an original copy to then be reproduced somewhere else off campus?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to double check because there was a lot of confusion about that last year within the elections. So
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure
definitely
it's
something that
just
should be
yeah,
clear.
just your original one, and then you're gonna have to kind of go and kind of copy that later, and then you'll get reimbursed.
Thank you.
At the end.
Any further questions or comments? Okay, we're going to put this up to.
Question.
All right, let's do it.
You mentioned the reimbursement process. Are they getting reimbursed for the money that they're spending on the election?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, I didn't
Okay.
think so. I just wanted to double
Misspoke.
check.
Yeah.
Deal. Deal. Just a
Policy
question.
subject to change, right?
Yeah. Not this year.
Sounds good. Any other?
If I had a minor correction to make, is when would I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, on page 5 under the officer position information, can we just add that my committee is now called the Housing and Dining Advisory Board?
Housing and dining.
Housing and Dining.
All right.
Thank you.
That's like a grammar.
Yeah. No, I'll do it. Thank you.
Any other further comments or questions on this packet?
Just going off of what Kane said, I would just be careful to make sure that the poster thing's clear, because I know like last year, like it wasn't clear, so like checking receipts to make sure that they're like printing them off if they have posters from not on campus, because that was a really big confusion last year.
Okay. Will do.
I also wanted to double check. So I know that the board and Jeff have planned on doing some bylaw changes potentially in the near future for next year. How would you accommodate that? Would you just re-release the packet with the like potentially updated position descriptions? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then I guess piggybacking on last week's when you asked how we're gonna like share your guys' officer descriptions, we're doing interviews with you all about what you guys do on day-to-day basis, and I'll be in the next hype issue, as well as I'll kind of update this with what they say, so it's kind of like transparency and continuity through it all.
Thank you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Brandon. And so with that, we're going to vote to approve this election packet for the 2019-20 board, and as well as a schedule for this elections calendar. So this is really exciting. And this is all subject to be updated, as Brandon said. So with that stipulation, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve this elections packet as well as the elections calendar.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? So 5-0-1. This election packet has been approved for this year, so that's really exciting. And with that, as we mentioned before, December 3rd, the packets will be released. So if you are interested in running for student government, please do not hesitate. Ask us anything you want, and we're really excited for this. So this will be a really fun election year. So stay tuned for that. And so with that, we'll move on to our new business of 10.2, the ASCWU secretary position.
So this is the same thing that we talked about last week for adding this to the bylaws now to be implemented starting in winter quarter. So I haven't heard from any of y'all about any changes you wanted to add to it or not. So there should be one sitting in front of you to look at, and I would happily take feedback now as well.
So let's open this up for discussion. Board members, if you have any thoughts, comments, any feedback that you'd like to give Kane on this position before we vote on this today, please do so now.
I'm confused to what the difference of this position is from our current administrative assistants.
So that's kind of what it would be, is like the next, stepping up one of the administrative assistants to be able to take on more administratively and working closer with me and Edith and getting our, I really want it to be used for continuity within that, in the front desk and the administrative assistants, with understanding what's going on in the office, as well as just bringing an extra helping hand to handling the documents that we need to see every day, and making sure that the front desk is being managed properly, and just overall flow of the office, I guess.
Would this be the primary person that would be taking over the minutes?
Yes.
I have another question. So would this be an additional wage that would be going out of our budget, or would it be taking over? Would we hire one less administrative assistant, or would it be covered in a new part of our budget?
No, our budget right now is set to handle, we in the past historically have had up to 5 administrative assistants, and right now we've gone this quarter with 3, and I anticipate maybe potentially need to hire another one on with someone maybe stepping up to secretary, but no, it's not going to impact our budget.
Any further discussion before we vote? No? Okay.
So I move that this section be added to the bylaws as written in front of you all. Yeah.
All those in favor? Or any any discussion?
Second.
Oh, a second? Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Now, does this mean I got to vote now? This is split right in the middle. Wow. Let's open this back up for discussion real quick.
Can I move to table this for our next public meeting? I know it would be until next quarter, but I just would like more time to discuss this and talk about it. So I kind of would like to move to table this to our next public meeting.
Second.
Any further discussion on moving this until January? Okay. All those in favor? All those in favor of moving it to the next meeting? Opposed? Abstentions? This is making me do a lot of math. Okay, so 4-1-1 is moved, so we'll move it into our next meeting in January. All right, sounds good. All right, on to the next part of our meeting. Do we have any issues, concerns, or announcements? And this will be opened up to the floor as well.
I would like to give a little announcement slash shout out to 88.1 The Berg, holding it down as always. And also I want to talk about their little event that they have going on called the 12 Days of Bergmas. So they're pretty much giving out tickets and stuff to different concerts. So they've got Deadbeats Tour, Gucci Mane, Nightmare Before Christmas, Amine, Travis Thompson, Resolution. So if you don't know any of those artists, but you would like to know, hit me up after. I'm a really big music junkie, so yeah, it's pretty good, pretty awesome. But it's only available for ASCWU students. So this is how you get free tickets. So make sure you check them out on social media and see what's going on.
I forgot to mention this earlier in my officer report, but we have on-campus interviews and like open forums this week for the AD for Sports Club in the Rec Center. So if you want any more information on that, please let me know. I'm on the search committee for that, and we're really excited about that. So yeah, go Cats.
I will see some of you guys at Ocean's 8 tonight for Monday Movie Madness. Yeah, last one of the quarter. And then also last open mic night of the quarter in the bistro. We've officially changed locations, which is awesome. So that way, you know, it's there's more people and there's a cooler setting and we're not blocking the door for people anymore. So Thursday at 8 in the bistro for open mic night, Monday Movie Madness tonight, 7 o'clock and 9:30 today, upstairs in the Cirque Theater.
I would also like to add that I forgot in my officer report as well that we have on-campus interviews this week with the Director of Counseling Services. So this person would serve as the main head of the counseling services that we provide on campus, which is a really pivotal thing within higher education right now in providing mental health services to students who are in terms particularly vulnerable to mental health issues. So definitely come out to those. They're 11 to 12, I believe, starting tomorrow until Friday. So we'll have 4 on campus.
I just want to give out a shout out to Drew, who works for us in the Cirque. He turned on our fireplace for us, I think. I don't know when it happened, but it happened. Also, he's just great. It makes all of our events happen very smoothly. So shout out to Drew.
Second.
One last thing, if anyone is really interested in the realm of student government or they just kind of see what it's about, come find me. There's a position open for an assistant, so yeah.
All right, so with that, our next meeting will be in January 7th, same place, potentially the same time. We'll get back to you on that just to make sure everyone gets me their class schedules. Wink, wink, comment. Okay, anyways. And don't forget, the election packets are released on December 3rd, so print those out. Get ready on those. We're super excited for this season. And with that, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting at 2:34 p.m.
So move.
Second.
It's a race. Are you going to vote on the tie?
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? 5-1-0. This meeting has officially been adjourned.